Hey folks, how are you? Rick here with Hit and Run Candlesticks. This is Tuesday, May 18, 2021. Market closed about 25 minutes ago. Sitting here looking through some charts, and I think what I want to do is we'll look at a couple of them. We'll look at the market here. And man, I got to tell you, this market is it's acting like, you know, when you have profits, you might want to take those profits. It seems quick, but yet on the other hand, there's times when the market seems horribly slow and horribly boring. But the market can turn around and go up on you right away, and it can turn around and go down on you right away. So you got to stay on your toes, keep those stops in, and set some profit stops in there so that if it runs up and grabs them, you know, you get paid for what you do here. So I want to remind everybody that, you know, we have an app that sends out alerts, and we're going to talk about some of those charts right here on the alerts. So you know, if you can, get that app downloaded. If you want to give us just a try, you can still, you know, download the app. Check below in the links below. There's a trial for $49 for 30 days if you're interested in these alerts. So let me talk about the market a little bit, and we're going to go talk about some of these trades that we've made. Okay, so I'm afraid the SPY has turned a little bit to the wrong side. If you're long, if you're short, it's looking pretty good here. So here's the thing. We've got a high. I think we can call this a failed high here. So we've got a downtrend line now. And outside of maybe something tonight, you know, overnight, turning this market around big time, if we just take a look at the chart, what we see right here, it looks a little bit to the downside. Now, there's a chance that we find buyers and support around 310.20. There is a possible chance of that. And if we do, great, absolutely fantastic. We'll see those buyers. But I think now we're at this point where we need to break out of this trend line. So I certainly wouldn't chase any move here, just in case it's a fake move, you know, false, and we come up here and just end up failing again. So I think what we're going to need to see is a good solid breakout. Then we'll watch for a rest, and then we'll look to trade up. Now, to the downside, if we fail this 410.20 here, then I suspect the 50-period moving average right here will get tagged. That's just kind of normal. And then from there, I would look for about, we'll call it 404 and then 400-ish filling in this gap here. So let's follow price. Let's be very, very careful. I know that everybody has heard me say this, and you're probably sick and tired of me saying this. But seriously, you've got to be careful with this market. And you hear all the time, if you buy something, put a stop in, put a stop in, put a stop in. Well, there are times in this market when the stop's not going to help you. And if everything you touch turns to garbage, that's a good sign that maybe you shouldn't be in the market right now. Let it settle down. Let it settle down. I personally feel it's relatively easy to make money in the market. The problem is it's also just as easy to lose money. And I think a lot of traders, they make great trades and they do really, really good. But when the market turns like this, maybe choppy, a little bit questionable, really starts testing your patience, sometimes we continue to trade when really what we should do is step aside. Step aside and let the market have your back a little bit. So anyway, just something to consider. Let's take a look at VIX here. VIX, here we've rallied up. This is something I talked about in the trading room, and that's where we went from a low to a high, and we came back down. If this was any chart other than VXX, I think sometimes we avoid this. But if this was any other chart, you're looking at this, hey, this is a bullish setup. And what do you know? Today, we got some bullishness in here. So we need to be very, very cautious with this market. A little bit of fear is starting to perk up here. Now, there's still, whoops, try this again. There's one more time. There we go. There's still some resistance up here, but just this move up could really, really damage some accounts. So be very cautious. All right, let's talk about some trades. Here's one thing I did today is I ended up closing all my Nikola. Now, Nikola to me looks like it's going higher, but any chart that looks like it's going higher, you're guaranteed to have pullbacks. And under the current market conditions, I didn't want to give up any profits on a pullback, because one thing we don't know is it going to continue down? We don't know for a fact that it's going to hold up here and buyers are going to step in. So this is something I posted out on the alerts, okay? Anytime we buy something or sell something or adjust, we post it out on the alerts. If there's charts that we like but we don't buy, I'll even post those out because somebody else might like them. So like I said, if you can't be in front of the computer all day, if you're out fishing, playing golf, or you have a 9-to-5 job somewhere, the alerts just might be something you're looking for. Another chart that we was in was DDD. Now, I love this chart. We've got a nice bull kicker here, pulled back. We bought it. We sold it today. Our first sell, we sold a third, and a third. And the first third, we sold for 83%. We got out the second third for 61%, and then, maybe I have that wrong. The first third for 83%, second third for 76%. Or no, wait a minute, I still said that wrong. First third, I'll get it right. First third for 76%. The second third for 83%, and then the last third for 61%. That's what it is. So now what I'm going to do is wait for it to set up again. Let's talk about risk. Where all the time, put your stop in. How much money do you want to risk? How much risk are you willing to take? Risk is not always about what you're about to buy. Risk can also be about what you have bought and how much you have on the line. And let's just take 60%. You're plus 60%. Why would you want to risk that? That's what I tell myself all the time. I say, Rick, why do you want to risk that? So I closed it out. Still looks very bullish to me, looks really, really good, but it doesn't mean it's immune to a little bit of a pullback. All trending charts pull back. And since we don't know that if it's actually going to hold, I protected some pretty good money there on this. Okay, so we bought a few charts today, and there are some killer looking charts out there. The pinball setup, if you've ever heard of the pinball setup, you can check some of my videos there. I've talked about them over the years, pinball setup. Tonight, we have members e-learning. Remember, tonight is May 18th, Tuesday, 2021. We have members e-learning, and one of the things I'll be touching on is some of those pinball setups, as well as putting the market in your favor. That's what we're going to be talking about. So, a few charts. Anyway, there's some that look really, really good there. An example is QS. This is a great little pinball chart here. Just absolutely fabulous. TLRY is looking good. Just absolutely fabulous here right now. So these are on our list. In fact, we actually bought some TLRY this morning. We have a little morning star signal here. A little bit of a bottom in here. We popped up, held up over the T-line. So we bought a little of this. We sent out an alert. When we bought it, we sent out the month that we bought it, and the strike price that we bought it. So when we send something out, it's not, hey, TLRY's alerting. We post, what we did with it, the option that we bought. So we're looking for this one to go higher. We'll monitor it, and then we'll send out any alerts that need to be sent out on it. We also bought some SDS here. We've got bullish engulf. We rallied up. We pulled back. We've got a low, high, higher low. Kind of a morning star signal or a little doji engulf here. Closed over the T line, so I'm looking for this to move a little higher. And seeing how this is what the SPY looks like, not so good here. Certainly looks like we're going to see a lower to low tomorrow. I thought SDS just might be a good trade there. Another one, let's take a look at the Qs. Seeing how the Qs have, we come in here and failed, we failed. Looks like we're failing again. And this is the 50 period moving average here. See how we're down and then we roll up. This is a blue ice failure on the Qs. This looks like it's heading down a little bit. No buyers in here yet. So what I did was bought SQQQ. The reason I bought SQQQ is that's expensive. Man, to short the Qs here is expensive. So what I did is I bought the SQQQ. Not quite as expensive as you can see here. And you can see that we've got a nice trend working. If we do this right here, there we go. Down, up, down, up. You can see we broke out. That's a nice bullish W pattern right in there. Great little double bottom. And then we can go from this low here. Now let's change the color. Let's go blue. Go from a low to a high, to a higher low, to a higher high, to a higher low. Nice engulf today. We just might see a little run, maybe to test that $13, and who knows, it just might break out. So we'll be watching that. What else did we do here? Just looking through the alerts that we sent out. Oh yeah, we closed out SLV today for 18%. Nice little 18% on SLV. It can certainly go higher, but why would I want to risk 18% here? All right. Oh yeah, here's another one that we bought today. We'll see how this works out. We bought FS in FSR. I forgot the name. Sorry if you're watching this video. One of our members at Hit Run Candlesticks brought this to us. Oh, somewhere in the neighborhood of 1175. I bought it here, still looking for it to move up. You know, there's a chance it pulls back if the market weakens up. No doubt about it. So I'll make I've got a stop on it. Anything below the T line, I'm out anyway. So we'll see what happens here. See if this thing can hold up and then maybe shoot up. Even if it takes a few days, that's fine. As long as it holds the T line, we're good to go. All right. Hey, look, if you're not doing anything tonight, and if you're a member or a trial member of Hit Run Candlesticks or Right Way Options, please join me in our member combined room, and we'll take a look at some charts. Who knows? Maybe we'll find that chart that really helps some folks out, or I don't know, talk about something that just makes sense. Hope to see you then. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. All right, everyone, take care. Trade safe. Keep those stops in. Later.